Hi everyone, Coach Allison back, and I have your week 41 Defy Aging workout. All right, hope everyone enjoyed Mobility Week last week and feeling nice and refreshed for a new workout. I was going to say tougher, I don't want to scare anyone off, but back to our more standard, more challenging workout after Mobility Week last week. So we have two small circuits running simultaneously, or if you have a smaller group, your coach might run them just one at a time. But there's only 3 exercises in each circuit. So really there's only a total of 6 exercises this week, once again. And everything's going to be run 40 seconds on, 30 seconds off for 3 rounds. All right, let's run through what those circuits will look like. All right, circuit 1, first exercise is a goblet carry. So got a kettlebell. We do want to use a kettlebell for this as opposed to a dumbbell. And the goblet refers to just the way we're holding it. So we're holding it goblet style. You can kind of hold by the horns if you prefer, or kind of at the base of the horns, sort of holding the bell in your hand like this, kind of your preference there. Oh, and we want it chest height a little bit in front of the body. See the little bit of a gap there, not way out here. So we're not needing to like really strain. So certainly not like out in front like this, but not resting against your body. So it shouldn't be actually touching, maybe 1 to 2 inches in front. Okay. If you have a challenging enough weight, when that weight is in the correct place, you should feel a little challenge in your ab muscles and the front of the shoulders and the chest, kind of everything up here, maybe even some up like biceps up here. Okay. All right. And the carry component is exactly what it sounds like. So your coach will have a designated route for this. And we're going to do a controlled walk, carrying that. Yeah, there you go. Again, posture. I shouldn't say again because I didn't mention it yet. We want nice tall posture. So we're not leaning back, compensating. We're not slouching. The weight shouldn't be so heavy where we're needing to fall forward to carry it. We just want to think of shoulders down and back, tall spine. There you go. Make sure you do pick a weight that is challenging enough to, again, challenge those anterior delts, those pec muscles, those arms and abs, but not so heavy that you are really straining. If you're feeling like you're needing to shrug to hold the weight, it might be a little too heavy. So lower those shoulders down, try to relax your neck, and that is our goblet carry. Next station, weighted high knees. Doing a lot of things in this circuit that just holding on to some weights. Now we're switching to dumbbells. And we're not going to be moving forward for this one. It's a stationary exercise. And we're doing some controlled, I think it was a weighted march is what I called it. But it could be called a weighted high knee too. Controlled stationary march. There we go. Okay, from the side, it's really the same body positioning cues as the goblet carry, really. So posture, again, shoulders kind of down and back. With this one, you really want to like tuck your lat muscles, kind of your shoulder blades. So everything right here that it's really hard to point to because it's behind me. So kind of tuck that down and back. See how I kind of did that? I want to tuck those and leave them there. So I'll kind of show you that from this angle while you're doing your march. That's going to really help you engage those back muscles the whole time and keep you from maybe starting to do this. Okay, so lock those down. No shrugging, no bending the arms and kind of starting to get tense in the arms like this. If you're able, try to get I tipped over, hello. Try to get the thigh parallel to the floor. So that's a 90-degree bend in your hip and a 90-degree bend in your knee, if able. That's just something to shoot for, maybe something to work towards. You want to go slow and controlled. So we're not going for speed here. We're not doing the cardio move here. We're going slow, controlled. I almost tipped again. That's okay. It's a lot of balance here. And that is our weighted march. If needed, drop one weight in one hand, totally fine. And go near something to hold on to for balance assistance, totally fine if needed. And we can work towards going away from that assistance and getting a weight in each hand. Last one for the first circuit. horizontal arm extension. We got the mini bands. Okay, you'll need a light one for this. So might need to drop our egos a little bit on this one. Trust me, I have the level 1, the light band for this. And if I was doing this for 40 seconds, I might keep it here. Maybe if anything, go up to level 2, and that's probably the highest I would go. So put it around just the base of the hand. So just right at the base of the hands, maybe the wrists at the highest. Keep a light fist. You don't have to squeeze for dear life, but we want a fist position. Arms are parallel to the floor, so right at shoulder height. So they're not down here and they're not up here. Okay, so yeah. Lock the shoulders down and back. See how so this is kind of me just putting my arms casually up if I wasn't thinking about it. This is me now locking my shoulders down and back. Watch the subtle difference. Okay, my chest kind of went out. My shoulders went down and back. I'll show you again. This is me just putting my arms up, not thinking about it. This is me locking down and back. And again, the same as that cue from earlier, I took these shoulder blades and I kind of locked them down and back. Okay, not to be picky, but that's really important for this because that's the area that we're kind of targeting with this exercise. All right, and then we're gonna open up the arms wide. Now, the reason I made that really clear with that cue of locking these shoulder blades kind of down and back, because those are what I'm working when I'm opening up my arms. Can you kind of see my shoulder blades drawing together? It's weird because your arms are out in front of you. You think it's an arm exercise. You might even think it's a shoulder exercise, and it is a little bit of like rear delts, but it's kind of right here. It's more of a back exercise. So I want you to keep that mind-body, mind-muscle connection. It's such a simple looking move, right? But I want you to keep that in mind when you're opening up those arms. See my shoulder movements, my shoulder blade movement. All right. It's a long demo for a very simple looking move, right? Give it a try. That's our horizontal arm extension. Circuit 2, first exercise. I guess it depends on where you start, huh? Weighted sumo squat. So of course, the weight is always optional. So you can definitely choose to do this without a weight, but we called it a weighted sumo squat. So sumo squat stance, very, very wide. So notice how my feet are way wider than my hips. Hips are here, feet are here. To angle those toes out a little bit. So a normal squat, my toes would be more aimed forward. Sumo squat, my toes are aimed outward. And the weight, this is dead weight hanging straight down. My knees are tracking over my ankles. So I'm not allowing my knees to kind of cave inward. So notice how my knees at the bottom of the squat are straight up and down over my ankles. Very important for hip and knee alignment. From the side, you'll notice I have a little forward lean, totally fine, but it's minimal. We want to avoid, this is almost more of a deadlift, so we want to avoid excessive forward lean, but you will have a little natural forward lean. With any squat variety, there's going to be some natural forward lean, but great exercise. Squat variety to target a little more of the rear here, the hamstrings and the glutes. So let's do some nice sumo squats this week. And again, adding that weight is optional. All right, everybody. Medicine ball chest press, pardon me. So we're on the floor. Throw this one in occasionally, so many of you have done it. And we got our medicine ball. And I want you to grip on the outsides of the ball. I don't want you to sort of balance the ball on top of the hand. See how I'm not grip? See my fingers moving? I don't have to grip at all when I do this. I do want you to take your hands on the outside of the ball, enough where that if I didn't press inward, if I didn't create inward pressure, the ball would fall. I'm only using 8 pounds, so that didn't hurt. I was trying to make a point. It didn't feel good, but it didn't hurt. So that is the point here. Now, you might be thinking like, oh, the heaviest ball we have at my club is 15 pounds. And I can go way heavier than that. I normally use a 12 pound in each hand, and that's 24 pounds. You might be thinking something like that, right? I don't care. I want you to use the medicine, the medicine ball anyway. And the reason I just explained why we're holding on the outside of the ball, that's the reason why. because when you have to hold on the outsides of something and press inward, you have to create that squeezing pressure. It's forcing us to engage areas of our pectoral muscles, some of our chest muscles that we don't get when we're just gripping a handle and pressing straight up. So now when we do the ball, we're doing the pressing up motion, the normal chest press motion, but we're also getting sort of a chest fly motion as well. We're getting a squeezing motion in there as well. So we're incorporating both of those types of chest movements in one, because we're having to press into the ball because the ball has no handle, nothing to simply hold on to and push. So yes, the overall weight might be lighter than what you can do, and get the heaviest ball that your gym has. If you can typically go heavier on a chest press, that's totally fine. But again, make sure you're not kind of cheating by resting the hands under the bottom of the ball. Really be honest about it and press on the outsides, press into the ball, into the sides, add a little bit of controlled speed. And I promise you, by the end of the 40 seconds, you're going to be feeling a little bit of those triceps, you're going to be feeling those chest muscles, and it's going to be almost just as tiring as grabbing a heavier weight with dumbbells and doing more of that standard chest press. So give it a try. Yes, the weight might be a little lighter than you're used to. It's just going to feel a challenge in a different way. Any of our participants who are unable to get to the floor, we're going to wheel a bench into the space for you. We can put it up on a little bit of an incline so it's a little more comfortable doing that laying down part of it. And you can do the exact same thing on one of our incline benches. All right, our last station for circuit 2, we're going to be using our TRX. We're going to do a wide row, different than the more traditional type of row we do with the TRX. So typically we'll do a neutral grip. Now we're going to do an overhand, and just by doing that change of the grip, kind of almost changes their arm position already. So we're going to have an overhand grip. So I'm flipping those palms down, and now normally we keep those elbows in tight. This is kind of standard, right? So turning my palms down, and the wide, remember I said it's called a wide row? Now we actually do want our elbows to flare out wide. See the difference between this and our standard elbows in, right? Big difference. At the pulled in position, my arms are kind of almost parallel to the floor, my upper arm. So I'm flaring those elbows out. My hands are ending about right in front of my chest or my shoulders. And that is the wide row. You're going to feel it more kind of up here between the shoulder blades as opposed to our standard row. You kind of feel it more between the lower part of the shoulder blades here. You'll feel a little more rear delt too. And you want to keep, as with any TRX row, keep your body still, meaning we're not kind of letting the hips bend and thrust. So we're not doing any movement with the body like that or hips. And keep always keeping tension on the TRX, never coming up so far that you're letting slack on the TRX like this. So always keeping tension there. So just a little difference from the front, maybe like this week, as opposed to our more standard movement like that. So let's give that variety a try this week and see how different that feels for you. All right, our team builder, it's going to be a little arm finisher. So we're going to hit those triceps and biceps. So both sides of our arms. You will need a partner for at least one of the parts of this. So grab a partner. If you have an uneven number of people, your coach can team up with somebody. You're going to need your partner for the tricep component. So you're going to link your bands together. So I didn't think of this. I don't have a partner. So, but you'll link your bands together like this. Okay, then you'll each spread out and each person grabs one end. Okay, now I don't have a partner, so my partner is going to be the rack. But to do the tricep, you're just going to do 15 tricep push downs. Okay, so elbows at your side, push down and back. Palms are down. Your upper arm stays glued to your side, as you can see right here. And push down and back. And you have to do this movement at the same time. So you both have to press down together and release together. So you have to kind of get in sync with your partner so it can get a little giggly and a little silly. But yeah, so you have to go down, up, work together to make that work. Okay, make sure you're not getting too big of arm movements like this. This is not what we're doing. Again, that upper arm has to stay glued to your side in order to be targeting that tricep muscle. Okay, so you do 15 of those. Then you unhook your bands. Now you're working solo, and we're going to be hitting the biceps. Step on your band. You guys all know this one. And you do 15 slow, controlled bicep curls. We're not going for, it's not a race, so we're not trying to beat anybody here. Make sure you're letting your arms come all the way down. Okay, so we're not stopping like right here. So all the way down. 15 of those. 2 rounds of that. So triceps with your partner, biceps by yourself, then back to your partner for 15 more triceps, and then back by yourself for 15 more curls. So 2 rounds of that. Let's get a little arm finisher this week. All right, there you have it, week 41. Hope you enjoy it. Yes, I will see you back next week.